Here we go. Here we go.
I said, yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Amara. This is AMARA'S Logic. Got a new video for you today. Milwaukee Bucks trades, rumors, and news. Live edition. Before we get into it, you know the spiel. Comment, like, subscribe, and share this electrifying content with the people. Y'all know we're here to talk about what happened at Fiserv Forum between the Milwaukee Bucks and Dallas Mavericks. We feel victory once again, friends and family. It's been a long time coming since the Bucks got a win. We got a much-needed win against the Dallas Mavericks today. The Bucks played well throughout the whole game, had control of this game from the first quarter on. You know we was getting busy today if you got Miles Turner and AJ Green in double figures. Y'all know we playing good. AJ Green and Miles Turner the same game in double figures. Y'all know we getting busy. All right, friends and family, we starting off this week right with this win against the Dallas Mavericks. I know we've gone through a lot, and wins have been few and far in between, but we got to win tonight. Let's be appreciative. Multiple people in double figures. Finally, we're on the right end of a blowout. It's about time the Bucks return the favor with a blowout victory. Thank you, Dallas Mavericks. We needed this. The fans needed this. What's good, friends and family? What's good, Bucks Nation? Hey, we've been dealing with blowouts a lot. It's about time that we're giving a blowout, giving a team a blowout finally. How do y'all feel? Do y'all at least feel good that the Bucks got a win? Let's be happy. Let's be positive. we've struggled a lot this year. At least we're getting a win or two before the end of the season. We'll deal with the end of the season when it gets there. But let's just be appreciative, friends and family, Bucks Nation, for a win. It feels good to win. I'm just gonna say that and not even sugarcoat it. We've been getting our head beat in all month, and we have only had a few wins. And finally, we're at least getting a win, and we blowing somebody out. It's about damn time. Finally, the Bucks put belt to bottom to somebody else besides getting belt to bottom to theyself. Salute the Bucks Nation, friends and family. What's good, y'all? What's good? Hey, hey, my boy ALOL said we either lose by 20 or win by 20. No in between. Facts, facts, facts. Appreciate y'all tapping in. It is scales. It is. We gotta win and we gotta blow out so we can poke our chest out for a few hours until we play again tomorrow. So let's just be appreciative of this win. Let's bask in the glory of feeling what it feels like to be a winner. Let's get into these numbers. We're going to open up the chat. I want to get into this game. And then after we get into this game, I want us to pivot because like I've been telling y'all, it's up to us to fix what's wrong with the Bucks. And I would like us to discuss after we get through the stats and start tapping people in. What is the perfect system for the Bucks? What type of system needs to be employed with the Bucks for them to be effective? That's what we need to talk about. We need to provide the Bucks with answers of how they need to move forward. So again, once we get into these numbers, just put this in the back of everyone's mental Rolodex. What system would work with the Bucks team with Giannis at the helm? What kind of system do we need that would take advantage of what Giannis brings to the table, but also allow others to flourish and not the offense to look stagnant? What would y'all think that would look like? We'll get into coaches and all of that, but first, what system would work with this team? So we're going to get into that after we get into these numbers. Let's get into this blowout win by the Milwaukee Bucks. About time we blow somebody out. Bucks win at home in front of friends and family, 123-99. We won every quarter. We didn't get outscored in any quarter. This was a dominant win by the Bucks. Let's appreciate it. Our former friend, Chris Middleton, 22 points. Or I said 22 points. That hasn't happened in a long time. 22 minutes, 8 points. Gafford at 7. Cooper Flagg, one of the Rookie of the Year candidates, had 19. Max Christie had 3. Nembhard had 9. Tyler Smith chipped in with 5. Brandon Williams had 18. And John Pulakidis had 11. So they only had 3 people in double figures. They look like they played like the Bucks have been playing. 35% from the field, shot terrible, 28% from 3. I do feel they got a little friendly with the free throws with 28. I thought that was too much, but you know what it is. When the Bucks win, we got to beat the ops and the refs. Y'all know what it is. They had 50 rebounds, 18 assists, 14 turnovers, 11 steals. This literally looks like a Bucks game. Points and turnovers fairly equal. We're on the opposite side of a Bucks game. Isn't that crazy, y'all? This is usually how our stats look, but now someone else is on the other end of the disappointment. Again, good return to Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma came back getting busy. 20 points, 9 of 17. He was 0 of 6 from the three-point line, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, 3 steals, 1 block. He definitely filled up the stat sheet, and the much maligned Miles Turner did have 10 points today and 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal. One of Miles Turner's better performances of the year, sadly. Jericho Sims chipped in with pretty much a double-double. Gary Trent Jr., 13 points, another double-figure game for Gary Trent Jr. B-Shaq's favorite player, Ryan Rollins, chipped in with 24 points, 8 of 14, 4-9 from three-point line, 4-4 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, only 3 turnovers. Put some respect on Ryan Rollins' name. We got to put some respect on Ryan Rollins' name. He's been very solid for us this year. Most improved player candidate. Let's put a little respect on Ryan Rollins' name. Salute. Torian Prince struggled today with 6 points. Another solid performance by Pete Nance with 11 points in 16 minutes. Ousmane Dieng with 11 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists to 1 turnover. Solid performance by Ousmane Dieng. And one of the better performers of the night, A.J. Green. 28 minutes, 17 points, 4 of 8 from the field, 4 of 6 from the three-point line, and most impressive, 5 of 5 from the free throw line for A.J. Green. 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 turnovers. One of his better performances of the year. Salute to A.J. Green. Bucks shoot 45%. The Bucks hit 23s today. The Bucks 81% from the line. The Bucks win the rebounding battle 59-50. Assists 28-18. Turnovers, we had 2 more than they did, but that's to be expected. The Bucks are very loose with the ball. 7 steals, 9 blocks. Very dominant offensive performance by the Bucks. It's just good to see us get busy every once in a while, y'all. So that's just good to see. We pretty much dominated this game in every category. Field goal percentage, 3-point percentage. For once, we won on the rebounding side. We only got out-rebounded by 2 on the offensive boards. Shout out to us crashing the boards for once. We won on the defensive. We had more assists. They had more steals. We had more blocks. We actually gave up more points off turnovers, but didn't matter because of how good we shot today. So just a good shooting performance, all-around win by the Bucks. It was good for us to have a win like this in front of friends and family. Friends and family's been exposed to way too many blowouts at Fiserv Forum, so it was good for them to at least go home on the winning side of things with the blowout win. So what do y'all think about this? How does that make y'all feel? What y'all saw right now, does it change any of your thoughts on who should go, who should stay on this team? What did you like about today? We got to start getting into it. We got to be solution oriented. We've been beating a dead horse for a little bit. It has been the same old, so we need to be solution oriented. Like I said, it's up to us to fix the Bucks. They can't do it by themselves. They've shown that clearly. So let's make sure that we have a good path for them to follow to get this team back on the right side of things and back into these playoffs coming next year. Let's see who in the building. We're going to open up these lines in a minute. Let me put the link in the chat. Hold on, y'all. Let me put the link in the chat. We're going to tap in. Let's talk about it. Let me see who in the building. Appreciate y'all tapping in. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. What up, Robert? Robert Brooks, salute. Jonathan Porter in the building. What's good? Appreciate you. The homie, Mr. 414 in the building. What's good? Appreciate you. Gibson Nicholas, Mr. Barack Bahamas in the building. What's good? Trina, shout out to the queens of the chat. What's good? Jeff Riley in the building. What's good? Mia Kim in the building. What's good? Appreciate you, Mr. 414, for subbing. Appreciate you, bro. A salute to the channel members. Appreciate you, bro. Mia Kim, what's good, man? Appreciate you tapping in. Derek Stevenson in the building. The homie Dre West was good. ALOL was good. Pickle Luke in the building. Appreciate you tapping in. Scales was good. Same old thing was good. It looks like it's very upbeat in the chat that I'm looking like, and I respect that. Lavelle Robinson was good. Clayton was good. Appreciate you tapping in. The homie Jimmy Roller BKC was good. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Did I see my boy Jay Hall? Jay Hall in here? Yes, sir. Salute. Appreciate you. Ryan Love, I see you. Let's get into these comments. Let's chop up this win. Travis Marks, what's good, bro? Hold on, they didn't redid my size in here. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Yep, a good day. Both Bucks and Brewers won. Salute. Agreed. Appreciate it. No, this isn't the last bottom feeder team of the season. We do have to play the Brooklyn Nets, I believe, twice. So we do have an opportunity for a few more wins on the way out. So this is not the last bottom feeder. I think it's technically would be the Brooklyn Nets. But nonetheless, I think we got a win or two left out in this team. Jeff said Denver system where Giannis plays the Jokic role. I'm not mad at that either, but if Giannis willing to play that type of role. But I like that, though. That's what I've been thinking he should be playing like anyway. Why are you working so hard to get to the basket? The objective is to score, and the quickest way to score is to be closer to the basket. I do believe that if the right coach comes in that can get the respect of the locker room and the buy-in, the correct decision is to move Giannis away from a true like kind of a point forward position to more of a secondary point like in the half court where he could dominate maybe like you said at the top of the key from the free throw line and then make his decision there and kind of start the offense there versus him just being at the top of the key and dribbling and trying to take it to the hole. Why not start the offense, let KPJ, whoever else bring it up, and then have the offense be funneled through Giannis in the half court? You know what I'm saying? I just think that'd be easier, especially with the wear and tear, the injuries on Giannis. I do think a system kind of similar to Denver would not be a bad idea at all. I like Udoka's too. Udoka's is a good suggestion as well. Mr. 414, what do you like about that system though? I think I got you. I just want to be sure. Let me know what you like about Udoka's system. What up, Janet MOC? I see you in the building. Appreciate you tapping in. I do think that's not a bad idea. Yeah, it's a win, Allen Milwaukee. It's a win. Hey, Jimmy Roller said Doc is only here to save Hor's job. I don't think any of their jobs are safe, to be honest. He hear the footsteps coming. You right. Hey, AJ Green got busy today. He played like we want him to play. I ain't gonna even hold you. AB, appreciate you. Salute. Appreciate you. I'm just happy we won. I just think that moving forward, we just need to figure out who's staying, who's going on this team, and what kind of system works best. I don't know if the Nets beat us by no 60 points, Janet, but the Nets aren't good. I think it's reasonable for us to beat the Nets, or at least be competitive against the Nets. I do think those are a couple games that we could win. Let me just bring up our schedule. Let's take a look instead of just talking. Hold on a second. Let me bring this up so we can see what's actual winnable games here. Give me a second to get this up, y'all. All right, hold on. Let's look at this schedule. Damn, that's a lot of L's on this schedule. Jesus. Whew. The L's. So we got tomorrow we got Houston, we got Boston, Memphis is a possible, Brooklyn is what I'm saying, possible. Detroit, I don't see it. Brooklyn, a possible. Philadelphia, I don't really see it. I do think we can win one or two of these games here, April 5th or 7th and the 10th. I think those are all winnable games. I don't know if Houston, and maybe we come out of nowhere and beat Boston just because of the rivalry. We might come out to really play hard against Boston. I wouldn't be surprised if we beat Boston. Shout out to No Strays ENT. I wouldn't be surprised if we come out, we did something and mess around and beat Boston. I think it's possible and it's reasonable. What up, Bleacher? What's good, bro? Appreciate you. See, Janet, it wasn't 60. It was like 40. It wasn't 60. But I do think we could beat the Nets nonetheless. I do think we could beat the Nets. I honestly do. My homie Jay Lewis in the building. What's good? AJ Green in double figures. A dead clock is right twice a day indeed. Facts. But again, you know we're getting busy if you got Miles Turner in double figures and you have AJ Green in double figures. You know the Bucks cooking with gas at that point. You already know we cooking with gas. Both of them dudes in double figures, you in trouble. What about the player Kyle Kuzma? Kyle Kuzma been out for a minute. He came back and got busy. Let me ask y'all a serious question. Do y'all still want to move on for Kyle Kuzma? Do y'all think it would be good to get or to move on from Kuzma? Or do you think it's somebody we might want to consider keeping around this team? Y'all let me know in the comment section. I'm a fan of Kuzma. I think he's been very solid this year. I think he's resurrected his career at the very least, where he looks like a suitable and a effective NBA player. But I feel like he fits a lot of needs for this team, so I wouldn't mind him like sticking around. I know this might sound crazy, but I would prefer to have Kuzma and move Bobby Portis, especially with Bobby Portis' stock being as high as it is right now, with how effective he's shooting from three. I think we could talk about it, but I would prefer, I think, if we were gonna move on from the big, that I would prefer to move Bobby, and if we could keep Kyle Kuzma, if we need to move him, we can. But I think his contract is friendly. It is an expiring contract for next year, and I think that he's playing motivated basketball, and I think we've seen the best of Bobby Portis. This is probably one of his better seasons, so I think if we're gonna move on from Bobby, this would be the time, with his stock as at its one is absolutely highest. Y'all let me know in the comment section. And the other reason I no disrespect to Bobby, but I think moving forward we need to make athleticism and speed a premium on this team. I think that's where we're lacking as well with this team compared to we don't have a ton of athleticism or dynamic athletes on our team. Yeah, we got KPJ. Yeah, we got Giannis. And then what? So that's kind of something I do think we need to address with this team, is getting a little bit more athletic, especially with our bigs. Besides Giannis and maybe Pete Nance and Sims, I think our bigs are kind of mediocre for the most part athletically. So I would like us to try to improve that as possible, especially with this officially being a lottery pick team. We should be looking for an instant impact type of player that is a big if possible. I know there's a lot of guards and all that out there, but I think we're solid at guard. I would really like us to be going after some form of big, at minimum, a very explosive, athletic small forward. That's where I really think the Bucks should be headed, and that should be their focus. Because whatever new coach comes on this team, I think athleticism, size, and speed would be a premium, because that's what these teams are built on. These high octane teams like Indiana last year, OKC, the Spurs, the speed and athleticism that makes them dominant. The Spurs have speed, athleticism, and size at almost every position, and they've almost mirrored the build of OKC, if not even more, which is why they give OKC all types of problems. That is the blueprint that we need to be following. Is what OKC is out here doing. San Antonio was doing it, even to an extent the way the Denver Nuggets have built their team around their big Giannis. We should be looking for that type of build as well, I think, moving forward, especially with Giannis still needing to have the ball a lot. I just don't feel like it's reasonable for us to ask Giannis to kind of play off the ball. I just don't know if he would buy into that. I don't know if that's reasonable, but I do think that the happy median would be an offense kind of run like Denver, where Giannis would still be kind of controlling the ball a lot and how things move in the half court. He would just have to kind of up his basketball IQ a little bit to really take advantage of being there. Because when you have Jokic in the high post, you have to be scared of him to shoot, take it to the cup, and pass. And we need Giannis. If Giannis can bring that type of fear as well, he'll be having double doubles and triple doubles so much easier with a lot less work. If he's just standing there and he makes a move one or two steps, he's at the basket. Giannis needs to think about longevity and the easiest way to score, not how you like to score, but what's the easiest way for you to score to be effective and allow this team to stay in rhythm. Because I feel like a lot of what goes wrong with this team is a lot of give Giannis the ball and watching. We do a lot of watching on this team when Giannis is on the floor. When he's not, we're forced to pass and get everybody involved. So whatever coach comes in their system, it needs to be predicated on ball movement and cutting. It has to be predicated on ball movement and cutting. That's been a big problem for this team the last couple of years, is that we haven't had any real ball movement. It's give the ball to Dame, get out the way. It's give the ball to Giannis, get out the way. Nothing is coming through. No scoring is coming through a functional offense. And that's a real part of the problem. We need someone to institute a physical, true offense built around the big in half court, kind of like how Draymond, or even like Golden State, where you got Draymond Green. Even though Steph is the point guard, Draymond is a point forward. He can bring the ball up. He runs the offense in the half court and kind of sets the table. If Giannis could do that same type of thing, that would be awesome. Because we do have some players, and we're gonna get more talent in the offseason. Obviously, the roster will be in flux due to the multiple contracts we have that are player options. But if we can get the right system and we still have Giannis, even though he might be on the other side of his prime, I think we can take advantage of what he has left and make another run if the right system is instituted and the right philosophy is executed by this organization. You have the blueprint looking at what Presti's doing in OKC, looking at what they're doing in San Antonio. Heck, even look what they're doing with some of these younger teams. The Hornets are competing now. There's a lot of teams that we can look at and see what we need. Obviously, we need size, athleticism, and almost positionless basketball to a certain extent. Is how a lot of these teams are succeeding right now. But again, a lot of this, I think a lot. I know we talk about the coach and all of that, but I think even more than that, we need to make sure whoever coach come in here can implement a system. I know that we've been talking about like defensive coaches and all of that, and that's cool. But we haven't had any real offensive sets in years, and I think we need someone that can get this offense situated. And I think once we get that, and they have the right staff, that the Bucks can work on the defense, because we have good, like it. Like if you think about it, like we've said it ad nauseum on the podcast. If you look at this team, we have great individual defenders, but we just don't have a great concept as far as defensive play. So if we just come in with a basic understanding of what of playing some defense, we'll be okay. Because I think our offense, we got scores. They just need a system to flow through for everyone to score. Like I said, our record doesn't indicate how good or bad this roster really is. We've dealt with a lot of injuries this year. Our star played less than half the games this year, so we definitely didn't have an opportunity to really see what this team can do. But nonetheless, I do feel like the coaching has failed us. But I do think that going into this offseason, we need to not play favorites, not try to make people happy. We need to look at how this team can actually win and compete in today's NBA. And especially since, to be honest, the East is not that crazy. Even next year, all we got to do is get a couple of good pieces, a solid coach, and I think we're right back where we need to be. We're right back in playoff contention. If we just make a couple tweaks to this roster, we get a system, I think we right back active, in my opinion. The East is not no like no gauntlet or anything. It's not like there's these teams that will just wash us if we had a solid system. It's still wide open in the East, and I think it's going to be like that for the next couple years. So we have time to make a run, friends and family. If we were going to take an L, I think this was the best season to take an L with everything going on with the draft, especially with us not having a high lottery pick. This might be a blessing in disguise to get us what we need. Let's look at the positive. No, we don't like losing. It's the first time we haven't been to playoff in 9 years. But if it was going to be a year that we were going to be in the lottery, wouldn't this be the best one? Maybe this lottery could we get the right player. It could springboard us right back into contention. It could springboard us right back in contention just like that. We're not far off, friends and family. We're not far off. It's not crazy. We're only like 1 or 2 pieces away from being competitive again. And when I mean competitive, I mean like a top 6 seed in the East. Again, look at the East. It's not crazy over there. It's not crazy. I mean, look at how many games we lost due to poor management this year. Even as bad as we played, we were only a couple games from not making the play-in. So let that sink in. All the injuries, poor coaching, poor management, everything. And in reality, we were right there to at least make the play-in, even as bad as we played. So just think about it. If we get some direction, some culture in this team in the offseason, why wouldn't we be a top 6 seed next year? What's stopping us? Who's the roadblock in the East? The Knicks is cool, but they not no world beaters. Cleveland is cool. They not no world beaters. Boston is cool. They not no world beaters. There's no real championship team in the East. So why can't we come out the East over the next couple of years if we start getting our act together this offseason? I think it's very reasonable. Janet, wow, we need some Drew Holiday type players. Yeah, I agree. We definitely do need we need something. But before that, the players don't matter without a system though, Janet. We do have to work about that. Fact, Scales, the Hawks made great moves. They're a team on the come up. They're definitely a team on the come up. Agreed. And they went with a youth movement. Who would have thought that the Hawks would be better after trading Trae Young? The Hawks got considerably better after they got rid of Trae Young and then relied on their young guys, and their young guys got busy. They got confidence, knowing that they just not gonna get benched like that, and they hoping. And that's what we need on this team. Somebody's gonna instill confidence, not just into the veterans, but into the young guys, so they can develop and feel confident of what they're doing out there on the basketball court. That's what we need to be doing. And let's get the likes up, friends and family. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Hey, Pickle, look, I feel you. We just gotta see. I don't want to make no prediction of who we should pick. I just want to see who's available when it's draft night. We need to take the best available player. Period. That's, I think, where we mess up. Sometimes we try to pick for what we need. Nah. Pick the best player available, and we'll figure everything else out in the back end. I know we need bigs and all that, but if there's a guard or small forward that is the absolute best there, get the best available player. We need athletes that can make a difference. We don't have that many ball handlers on this team, so whoever the best player available is in the draft, we should pick. So I don't even care about these predictions now. Just on draft night, whoever at our spot is the best available talent, get that. It don't matter what position. We need talent. We'll figure the rest out later. Talent is supersedes position. Jericho Sims leads. I'm a crash out. We have a center that can crash the glass. Hey, what up, Dante? No, we're gonna keep Sims is gonna be around. I don't think you got to worry about that. Sims will be around. The homie Derek Stevens has said the East is wide open. There's no dominant team. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't need to get too crazy. The East is not, like I said, there's no world beaters over here. All we need to do is make some tweaks. Regardless, we still have a top 75 player. If he may be on the other side of his prime, but he's still within his prime in a 30-10. Let's build around him in the proper way, not the way he might want, not the friends or whoever he want, what the proper way to build the team. This team needs to take back control from the players and do what's best for this team. That's what needs to happen first. That's what needs to happen. Stop making decisions based on the impact or what players are putting in your ear, and do what's best for this organization and this franchise moving forward. We've been running from pillar to post, robbing Peter to pay Paul, all this stuff the last couple years. We need to draw a line in the sand. We're going to start running this team like a true organization moving forward, and we're going to make decisions that best impacts and helps this team versus impacting certain players. You can't be bigger than a program. You can't be bigger than a program. And I think that we've allowed some people to be bigger than a program, and they just need to rein it back in, take control, and start making moves to solidify our current status and the Bucks moving forward in the future. That's what we need to do. That's definitely what we need to do. Indy, but why are you saying Indy is going to be a problem, right, Mr. 414? Because they have a system. They have a system and good coaching. And you know they're going to take advantage of their draft pick. Hold on, yo, let me tap in the homie here. What up, Pronte? Let's tap in, Pronte. It's been a minute. What up, Pronte? What's good, bro? I know we got this blowout win. We should be happy about that. But I want us to kind of talk, get your perspective of tonight, and then moving forward, what kind of system, honestly, do you think would be best for Giannis at this stage in his career?
Would be best for Giannis?
Yeah. To take advantage of him on the other side of his prime. I like what they were saying in the chat, like a Denver type of system where you still got your point guards and all. They might bring it up, but the offense would be run through like how Jokic runs through the half court. Maybe something like that with Giannis. A little less wear and tear on his body, but he's still right by the basket. He can make moves. He can still distribute and see the entire floor from like where that free throw line area, top of the key.
I think it's hard to say because we don't have we don't have system players. We don't have system players. We haven't seen a player in the system. It's actually hard to evaluate this team because Giannis played less than half the season. KPJ played less than half the season. That's your best two players. So you really got to think about what system you're going to put both of them in and what benefits both of them.
Okay, that's a fair point.
Build around because I noticed that KPJ has been sitting out. I know KBJ been sitting out too. So my thing is like maybe that's maybe the sign the Bucks are keeping KPJ
That's a
because
good point. No, I think so
I'm not
too.
sure what his injury is.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're going to build around KPJ and Giannis.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Do you think that Kyle
And I
Kuzma?
know Knock Rollins because I think he's a good player, but
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, I just think that KPJ and Giannis are the for sure things for the Bucks. I think they made a decision. Um, and what system best fits them, and what coach best fits them. Um, I think that you got to get smarter players.
We gotta. That's not called. I know exactly what you said. We gotta raise the IQ on this team, Pronte. We gotta
We gotta
raise.
get championship level. If we don't really want to compete, we gotta get players that under like you see the difference between a Torian Prince and
Mm-hmm.
even an Osmo Dang. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with Osmo Dang, but you see the level of experience and the IQ. And Torian Prince just knows where to be. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? He knows how to bring a professionalism to his game.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So he doesn't mind standing in the corner and knocking down his shot. I think we got a lot of players that mind doing what it takes to win. And I think that's the issue.
Mm.
Like you don't want to stand in the corner because you don't want to do that. You know what I mean? You want the ball when you want the ball. We got a lot of players like that on the team, and that's the issue. You know, because Torian Prince he came in, did exactly what he normally do.
Right.
And you can
Yeah.
see that you can instantly see his value and his professionalism. You know when he's gonna make a shot almost all the time.
That's
You know
true.
exactly what spots he knows exactly what spots to be in for the space to court. He's not confused. He's not getting anybody's way. And
Right.
I think that's part of the youth movement, and that's what I'm saying. We gotta understand that that's part of the growth. Some of these players have to learn how to
On the
play,
job.
but then they have to learn how to be professionals. What winning actually means. So we got a lot of players that's trying to make a name for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
We don't got a lot of players that's trying to play professional basketball. And that's why we took so many L's by 30. Why would you lose so many times by 30 or 20 points if you got professional basketball players out there? Because you know how to play basketball. You know how to space the court. You know how to do the right things not to lose by 30. you know,
Right. Right.
like think about it. We losing by 30 every time we lose nowadays, right? And it's like, why is it 30 though? Why can't we compete on some level? Because
That
the
is
IQ is
crazy.
there.
That is
The
crazy.
IQ isn't there. I mean, backups and all. The IQ isn't there, and because it's not necessarily always skills. It's we're in each other way. We making stupid passes. People just doing stuff that's out of what you need to do to
Even in this
win.
blowout, we won tonight, but we had 16 turnovers again.
Yeah, just ill-advised passes. Like that's all
Cross
the passes
court.
you make. Cross pass. I know it looked good to you, but if you played a good team, they would have never allowed that. And that's what
Facts.
happened. When we play a good team, they would never allow that pass to happen. We make a lot of those passes.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So what coach, what system? I don't think it does matter. We just got to have a system that if we're gonna go with an offensive coach, we got to decide what type of offense we're gonna play.
That's
You
what I'm
know,
saying. That's my whole point. Because that's gonna
no,
be important. And with the team to buy in as well, and we'll need Giannis to buy in to whatever system is gonna be implemented. That's the thing. And you would need a coach that Giannis respect. That's the thing as
you
well.
just
I
need a
think would
coach
be
that has a winning system. It has and believes in a system. Like Doc doesn't have a system. That's I've been saying that for years. Problem with Doc is he just doesn't have a system. So how can you believe in something that doesn't exist? So you can't believe in Doc's system because it don't exist. So you need a coach that has a system that they believe in that they run. Now, whether it's offense or defense, it really don't matter. But because you got to get the players to buy into the system. Either
that's
way,
it. Either
the
way,
only
yeah.
down the only downfall with offense system we seen with this young team is they won't play defense. If you go there, they won't play it. They can play it, but they won't. If you get an offensive coach, they won't play defense. I don't care what. I know you said that they're going to play defense, but they won't. They
Come
will
on, but they're
defer.
good individual defenders. KPJ is a good individual. Rollins is a
But they
good
don't know. They don't care about. A lot of players on that team don't care about winning, and that's the problem. You know what I mean? That's why they play unprofessional basketball because they don't necessarily care about winning. They care about the next contract. They care about making a name for themselves. We got a lot of players on the team that care about that more than they care about winning. And I think that's why you get 30-point losses. That's
Mm-hmm.
why you get people not being frustrated, and happy, just what I mean, just
Right.
for any numbers, just for numbers. And I think when you get players that care about winning, they buy in systems a little bit easier. So, it
But do you?
depends on.
I don't know if you heard the last pod, and I thought it was very interesting that the panel brought up that they don't want losing culture to creep into the Bucks, where people are getting used to losing because it could affect the psyche of the young guys, like a Usman Jang, like you know what I'm saying? And I thought that was an interesting comment. What you think? Oh, hold on one second. Let me get these. Hold that comment. Let me get these super chats. No strays. ENT appreciate the 4.99 super chat. Congrats to Doc on his induction into the Hall of Fame and his new 5-year extension with the Bucks. Shout out to No Stray. He has no extension coming, sir. You wild for that. What up, Dante? Appreciate the $2 super chat. On paper, Adrian Griffin was the perfect new coach. Damn. You might be right on that, low key, Dante. Damn. There's some validity to that statement.
I mean, I'm not. I agree that Adrian Griffin's system would have worked better with this team than the team that we had back then.
Correct.
You know, but because Adrian Griffin wasn't a professional yet as a coach, the professionals got him out of there. You know what I mean? He was doing.
Right. He said the professionals got him out of it. Right.
They did.
I see what I see what you
Things.
saying. Right.
He ran a coach that was just designed to help him. He ran him off his coaching staff, which didn't make sense. Wasn't professional. You know what I mean? And you with a whole bunch of older vets, they know Terry Stotts.
Right.
They know what professional. So they don't really know you. But they want to give you a chance, but they seeing the moves that you make is unprofessional. You know what I mean? Now, is that their place? That's another conversation because it's not their place. But they did make the call. You know what I mean? Because they was a championship pedigree. At that time. So that was that was a self-inflicted wound by basically Adrian Griffin.
Right.
He could have just closed his mouth a little bit. He was trying to make sure that he had authority.
Correct.
Over his coach. Just too much authority. He was just being too insecure.
He was bullying possibly.
And probably just too insecure and bullying about his position. He didn't have the confidence that he needed to be to instill in this team and hit what he can do. You know what I mean? You didn't have to run out Terry Stotts for you to be dominant. You know what I mean? And he had to understand that, but he didn't. And that's what happened. But we needed a Terry Stotts because you're a defensive coach.
Correct.
But your ego wouldn't allow him to run an offense. Even though the offense wasn't bad under him, but you know what I mean, his ego wouldn't allow him to just focus on the defense. He wanted to control it all.
Oh, right.
And that's I get it, but it was for your benefit. Now, if he wouldn't have did that, I bet you'd still be coaching the Bucks. But my thing is, so that's water under the bridge. We don't have to worry about that. That's speculation. We could have been the same team in the second half of that season with Adrian Griffin. You know what I mean? The signs on the wall that we didn't play defense.
Right. We look at us now.
He signed on the wall that he didn't have his team's respect. Now, but that falls on the GM. The GM did not have to fire him. He could have saw it through and affirmed his authority. So that goes on John Horst. He could have been like he's doing with Doc. I'm sticking with Adrian Griffin. Now, would you stick with a coach that's what were they 30-13?
Right.
Time say we 30-13. Once y'all buy into him, we're gonna win a championship. You could have affirmed him, but now you affirming a coach that's what got the worst season in the last 10 years.
Look what Derek Stevenson said. Adrian Griffin was an SOB, but that's what this team needed. Instead, they got a best friend in Doc. That's a fact. Great statement, Derek Stevenson. Great.
No, that's but this is politics. You know what I mean? And a lot of that when you running and you in leadership, it's political. It's a political position. It's not just a job. You're not just working. You had to work the politics too. Adrian Griffin found out that politics matters.
Right.
So that's all it is to it. But but they did need that. But we got an inexperienced GM. And that's all that was. The GM is the real reason that he got fired. Because if we had a GM that had a real vision and said, I hire Adrian Griffin because I know what he can do for this team, he'd have never got fired.
That's
He's
true.
never got fired. He'd have
That's
never
true.
got fired because that why would he? He believes in Doc somehow, but he doesn't
That's
believe in
crazy.
Doc.
That's
He
crazy.
doesn't really believe in Doc. He just doesn't have a vision. He just doesn't know what to do. Like he's inexperienced. You know what I mean? He's inexperienced and he's looking like he's out of his league. So when you say like, if we get this coach and we get this thing, who are we going to get? We're going to get the most popular named coach that we can find. You know, again, because what does our GM know how to do but do that?
Mm.
Get the people that everybody know. They could be over the hill, slightly over the hill, but he gonna get them anyway because everybody knows his name. It's about pedigree for him. He doesn't really. That makes me wonder about his basketball IQ in itself. You know what I mean? And like his, because it's like, why would you get a washed up Doc?
Yeah, it was just such a knee-jerk reaction. It just, none of it felt good or made sense. Even us, we like, damn, even if we wanted Griffin out of there, we weren't like, didn't want Doc,
I mean, the
though.
players in the league was telling you that Doc was washed and Doc wasn't really what y'all think he is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I mean, when the players that play for him is telling you that we don't think that's the best decision,
Right.
you have to
Right.
listen to him. Like these players play with him, play for him. They ain't really trying to hate on him, but it's like Doc he ain't who you think he is. So get a real coach. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what they were saying, but we didn't. The Bucks organization just went with the name.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Okay, Joseph Babette said we keep forgetting Horst didn't want Rivers. The owners did. He has no power. Is he a lame duck GM? Does he even make any move? Is it on him? Let's talk about that real quick.
I don't believe that. I mean, that's just an excuse. That's an excuse for don't make. That's his job. The owners barely know about basketball, so how are they making all the basketball decisions? They're not doing that. They're counting coins. End of story. So, I mean, I don't believe that. We keep trying to get. I'm not giving Horse a pass, y'all. We people in the fan. Why are y'all giving Horse a pass for what? What has he done? Did the owners pick his draft picks too?
Get him.
I mean, like, what are we talking about? Like, stop. It's right in your face. It's him. It's him. It's really just him. He needs to grow. He needs to step up. He needs to act like he knows basketball. Who would know basketball more than the GM? The owner? The owner knows, unless he's Pat Riley or he's former coach or something. Why would these owners know more about basketball than him? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. So I'm not buying that at all. We got the owners we had back then. They Wall Street owners. They're not
basketball owner. Yeah,
they're not
that's
basketball fans like you think they are. So what are we talking about? He just don't know what he's doing, and he's their favorite son. That's the real issue. So he can't make no mistakes in their eyes because they looking out for their boy. End of story. And we know that's what's going on because how can you be this bad? How can this team go from a championship team to this and you still have job security? So he got more job security than Doc. We couldn't even let him go. We couldn't even let him go to the Pistons. We bagged him to stay.
Damn, that it. We almost got out and we pulled it back in. And
we need you, Brown Horse. And this is what we got. The worst season in what, 10 years?
In a decade. In a decade.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to hope that Horse knows what he's doing. And we're going to move on because he has to hire the coach. He has to not listen to Giannis. He has to not find Giannis' son and put him on the team. You know what I mean? He has to do these things. Like, he can't be... Now we saying he ran by Giannis and he ran by the owners, but he don't have no identity. Like, he just is this guy that does...
That's what they said in the chat. Now, check what Jeff said. Jeff said Bronte was reported that Wes Eaton's overruled Horst on hiring Doc. Horst didn't want Doc at all. Journal Sentinel reported on that.
Well, then Horst should have quit.
Right, if you can't...
What are we talking about? Like then what are we talking about then? What then he should have quit. Did he sign did he grab AJ Johnson, Tyler Smith? Did he draft Marshawn Beauchamp? Did he do that? Did he overrule him on that too? Did he say, "Oh, we need Jay Crowder for 18 first, second round picks"? Did he do that too? Oh, did he say, "Oh, we should keep Middleton for 2 more years past his prime"?
Get the
Did he do
likes
that
up.
too?
He's styling
Like,
right now, y'all.
did
He's styling.
he make all the decisions for him, or did Giannis do it? Now we talking about Wes Edens did it. Man, stop it. There's only one person that job that's paid to do that, and that's John Horst. Like we stop playing. Like now it was Giannis, now it's Wes Eden, now it's the owners, but it's never John Horst. Like man, what
You
is
know
his
what
job?
it is? John
Hammer.
Horst keep his
What is
nose
his job?
clean. He don't say too much. You never see him. That's why you can't be on the bad side with Horst. You never see him. We don't. And
What's
then
his job,
he's
Hammer?
never the problem.
Sure. What's his job?
General manager.
What does the general manager do?
Acquire talent, look for talent, draft.
I just want to make sure I'm clear. Is that his job is to acquire talent, look for talent, draft? That's his job, right? When we had a real general manager, he actually built the team.
Facts. Facts.
Hands down. Now he's in Orlando building a team. So think about that. Like, what's the difference? Orlando was trash until our former general manager went there. And what he do? He built that team to a playoff. Now they're a perennial playoff team. I wonder how that happened. I know I'm more.
Hey, you know what, y'all? We got to give Pryor to his credit. He's spitting right now. That's 100% facts. If the GM is doing their job, you should be looking a lot different. That's a great example with Orlando. I got to salute on that. That's a great example. And then I was looking at what Scales put here, and there might be validity as that as well. Doc might have thought it was sweet with the Bucks being 31-13 and how we was playing that he thought he could sabotage Griffin come in and we would just coast since we were already winning. He thought he had it figured out, and he didn't, but he still swindled us out about $40 million.
Doc was being Doc. He always think it's sweet. He been thinking it's sweet and it's been sweet for him. Like, it's been sweet for Doc. Doc was on the side. I saw his press conference. He looking like he about to good news though, Bucks fans. He look like he about to retire.
I hope
he gave me a sense when he was talking that he just, and I watched him on the sidelines of this game. He was too happy with this terrible team. So I think he's retiring this year. So that's my observation. Doc Bucks force me.
Come on, man. Yo, wild. That is so wild to put in the chat. Damn, Jimmy Roller called Horst the coward. He low-key is looking like a suck out here.
That's what we calling him. Either he's just a bad decision maker or he a coward. He don't stand up. He don't stand up for himself at all.
What y'all want? Oh, he don't make no decisions. Like, is that what y'all want? Okay. Do you have any qualms with what we're saying, Horst? No. We'll do what you said. That's all right. I had a thought, but it doesn't matter. We'll just do that. We'll hire a doctor.
we just say Giannis. Oh, we just signed your fifth brother. Like, what are we talking about? Like what? Like
he gonna sign your fifth brother. It's crazy work, bro.
Like what are we talking? Like this is the GM we have. Like and we wonder why we're here now. He's signing all the Antetokounmpos. Like instead of building a team, he's just signing Antetokounmpos. Like this is the decisions we're making. Like maybe Wes Eden is making the decision. Like
it very well could be. It very well could be.
We signed 5 Antetokounmpos. We waiting for his son to get 15, 18, so we can draft him. Like we doing too much.
Ooh, look at Desi comment. Hortus did trade away the Bucks' future for Dame Dollar just to waive him of the torn Achilles.
Yeah, because it was like Dame is a great player.
Right.
Giannis is a great player. You going through a coaching change. You see Middleton's over the hill, can't say injury. You see Jrue Holiday, he's solid, right?
Right.
But where is what coach would you pair with Dame and Giannis that would make sense? You see what I'm saying? You might as well hire Terry Stotts out the gate if that was the case. Instead of Adrian Griffin, if that was the case, just because of that pairing. But why would you start a new coach with them two players? That doesn't make sense. Now, Dame Dollar, we didn't lose our capital. We lost our potential free agency cap space with that.
Right.
We didn't use too much capital with that, and we lost some, but not. That's not where it really happened. We got tied up in free agency with signing Dame, and we still are because we're still paying him what $25 million a year, $20 million a year
Yeah,
for
for
the
the
next
next 3
years.
yeah.
The next 3 years. So we instead of getting rid of Chris Middleton contract,
We got
which
it
we
back.
should have got rid of 2 years prior, and Brook Lopez, who we should have got rid of a year prior. We signed Dame, and then when he got injured, we capped his contract. So we still in the free agency kind of constraints where we got to sign players that we know aren't professionals yet, just to put a team out there. You know what I mean? We don't have to. We because those other players are going to want more money. Like, look at what we signed: KBJ to a low contract. We signed Rollins to a low contract. Those are our two best behind Giannis, our two best players, right? Then you got Bobby Portis because he didn't want to take a lot of money. You know, we living on a budget right now because we got to pay an old coach. We got to pay Dane, who's not there. And it's like, what are we doing? But who job is that again? You know, is that West Eden? Who job is that?
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Who job is that then? Like, then who messed that up? Giannis? West Eden's? Or did the general manager? Is the general manager just incompetent? Because that's what it looks like. We haven't had a good draft pick in what?
Who knows? I can't even remember.
We
Brogdon.
can't even remember. Brogdon. Is Brogdon still playing? Look, you don't even know, do you? I don't even know. I ain't heard Brogdon's name in what? The whole year?
Whole year, bro. He might be pseudo retired, low key.
Yeah, I feel like he retired already. And Brogdon was like 24 when we drafted him.
Right.
Dante DiVincenzo. But did he drive him?
Maybe. I have to think about it. Maybe. I'll see what they say in the chat. Jeff, Bleacher Report boss.
Cam Thomas did what?
Yeah, that was stupid. To sign him just to waive him was crazy.
Oh,
Brogdon is out the league. Wow.
Brogdon is out the league.
Wow. Is that confirmed, Scales? Wow. I could believe it, though. He had a lot of injuries. I could believe it. Oh, that's true, too. Jimmy Roller, good point. Don't forget, Horst always got to blow a bag on a Pat C type of player. Facts. He gave
Pat
10.
C was, as much as we don't like Pat C was on the championship team. You can't really give him too much hate.
And he was hooping at that time. He wasn't
the best player.
Right, but he was hooping. He definitely was hooping. I do think Pat C's all-around skill set is better than AJ Green's, though. But AJ Green getting $40 million is kind of crazy. It's still kind of crazy to me that he got $40 million. And why him right out the gate, which was kind of crazy. He retired. Okay. So Brogdon retired. Wow.
He retired.
Yeah, they said
that's wild.
That's wild, right? Wow. He wasn't that old. Yeah, what is he, in his 30s? Mid-30s, maybe? Oh, okay. So they said, did he draft KPJ? Maybe, and Dante DiVincenzo. Those might be two.
But he drafted KPJ for somebody else.
Yeah, true. So we don't want to cut. So we don't see Dante.
Damn. I think he just drafted Dante. Last player.
No Stray said Nick signed Brogdon and said I'm good. Damn it, No Strays. They said the Knicks retired Brogdon. Damn. Oh, they said, okay, Jeff said Brogdon retired after the first 3 games with the Knicks due to injuries. Wow. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. That's crazy. That's actually very wild. I didn't know he was going like that.
What coach do you think we should get? I was with you when you said we should get a young or a European coach.
Yeah, Scale said it. We said it in the chat. I think we should pull one of them coaches over from Europe.
Yeah,
They
just
have a
because
system and they professional.
they always have a system. Always. They just not. All European coaches have to have a system to win with those players.
Correct.
So, so they always have a system, and they always make people play their roles. I mean, look at Toronto. Like Toronto, you know, you can say what you want. They might not, but they doing pretty good with that system. It took
Correct.
them a year to catch on, but that coach is there for it. I just say we just need a coach. I think Mike Malone. I have no problems with Mike Malone. I don't know why he got fired. So why did he get fired?
Yeah. I think they said it was he was getting into it with the GM. Him and the GM didn't get along. I think that's what happened. Correct me if I'm wrong. The chat. Mike Malone got fired because he was beefing with the GM.
Westbrook, or it was about Westbrook or something.
Yeah, I think it was about Westbrook. Yeah, I don't remember what exactly, but it was something regarding Westbrook, I believe. Y'all let me know in the chat of why Mike Malone got let go. But I wouldn't be against a current coach. I wouldn't be against Mike Malone. That would be one of the very few recent coaches that I'd be willing for us to take on if it's not like a European coach that has a real system offensively and defensively. I think Mike Malone would work. He might even work here because Horst is soft, so he could run over Horst.
And yeah, he don't got to worry about Horst at all. Nothing, but he had to worry about. I think he is a coach that will have to respect the Giannis, and he will hold his young players and make these young players do something. Because when I saw him with Denver, he worked with his young players.
Correct.
He put the
Correct.
roles, he developed them. He had a development system for them. And look at them now. You know what I mean? They're not the greatest.
Yeah, look at the Christian Braun, the Braun cat and all that. They started open.
They contribute.
Yeah. Good point.
They contribute. So he makes it sure his players play what they do, what they supposed to. So he's doing something. He holds somebody accountable. You know, he's making.
They said Westbrook got Mike Malone fired.
Yeah, somebody. I know it has something to do with Westbrook.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll say this. I would entertain Mike Malone. I would definitely he instills winning. He's passionate. He knows what he's doing. I wouldn't be against that if we don't get something brand new like a European coach and bring him over here. I would kick the tires on Mike Malone. I wouldn't be against that at all. Us kicking the tires on Mike Malone. What you think about that, Bronte? Would you about Mike Malone? Do you think he would be a good option?
I think that Mike Malone would be a good option. I really do. I think that he checks most of the boxes he needs.
Right.
You know, he's an offensive coach. I mean, kind of what you say, but he can make his team play defense at the same time.
He kind
of has that duality to him. And then he knows how to work with it. He knows how to develop his young players. I mean, I believe, you know, so he knows how to work with his young players and make them better. Like, he'll put Rollins in the role to see what a Giannis on the court, what a KBJ. You know, he would understand how to maneuver his team a little bit. And then he'll take a player that you draft and make him a contributor. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's what you need. But he will fit people in their roles. Right now we have a coach that can't fit nobody in their roles. He's too busy, you know, just doing whatever. You know, I mean, he wanted to play Westbrook over Denver young guys.
But if he's helping them win, I just that's a difficult conversation right there.
I mean, yeah, because it's like Westbrook wasn't doing that bad that year.
Right. So, yeah, he was open. Okay, she said, Janet MOC said, Horst ain't soft. He just feared losing his job if he couldn't get the right pieces around Giannis, no matter the cost. There's that. I see what you're saying with that, Jen. She's not giving him a pass, but I see her perspective. Shout out to the queens of the chat.
No, he's not soft. He ain't Mike Malone either. You see what I'm saying? He's not gonna stand on business. You know, so because Mike Malone said, you know what? If look, I'm gonna lose my job over this, but I'm gonna stand on it. Now, Horst ain't standing on nothing. He don't stand on nothing with Giannis.
Damn, he kicked his back in today.
With Wes Eaton. So, no, he not soft, but he just don't stand on business when he's supposed to. And that means he's advocating his job to other people. He's not doing his job. See, what I respect about Mike Malone is Denver ain't no better with Mike Malone than without him.
That's
You
a
know what I mean?
fact. That's
For
a
the
fact.
same, like he the only coach that bought him a championship with Jokic. Do you think they would win another championship without Mike Malone?
No,
Probably not.
no.
So what we talking about? Like he stood because he's like, I'm a championship coach. I know what I'm saying. Yeah, we might not win a championship this year, but these players ain't ready. Was they ready that year? Is they ready this year? Probably not. But they had a good team. Now, did he cause them to lose games because he played Westbrook? He didn't. That was a
No.
political decision.
Correct.
That was somebody. That was just a political decision. He wasn't playing politics with the owner. Simple as that. So if we have more coach, we got a coach now that plays politics with everybody. You see where that's getting us?
Yo, that was funny.
You
Right
see where
there.
that's getting us?
He said
You
he
know,
played politics with everybody.
look, we got the worst season in 10 years because we got the politician in charge. You know, so I'm just saying, like, think about it. Horse is trying to keep his job. I get that, but he has to do his job too.
Are we giving
Prove
Horse
your-
too much of a pass, friends and family? Are we giving him a pass? Maybe we are. I'm not sure. Friends and family, are we being too light on Horse and being too hard on Doc? But maybe they both should get equal treatment as far as for the collapse of the Bucks over the last 3 years. I think they're almost equally yoked, right? I would think so. I would.
I would say we all know that Horse does the hiring, somewhat, right? He's responsible for that. But he hired Doc. Regardless of what y'all say about it, who the behind the scenes, we don't really know. We know who's in charge of hiring. He hired Doc. He decided to bring the Nashes back. You know, he just was I not truly against, but then he decided to bring Alex Antetokounmpo back. He bring him to the team. Period. He decided to just have 15 coaches that do nothing on the coaching staff, and I hope none of them accountable. We got more coaches than players. For what
And you know
reason?
what? I wanted to bring that up. We don't even know if the coaches on the sideline are trash because they've never gotten a chance. I used to think the coaches last year were trash with the Charles cat and all that. Now he on a team and he looked like a quality coach.
Yeah, and it's like it's not them. Some of them probably can coach better than Doc.
Right, that's what I'm saying. We don't know.
And we will know because Doc's in charge. You notice the reason why Cam Thomas lost or left is when Doc came back. When Darvin Ham was coaching, the spacing was right. He was more effective. Or everybody looked more effective when Darvin Ham was coaching. That ain't even saying Darvin Ham a good coach. But here's Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham, before he got fired with the Lakers, was in the Western Conference Championship game. So he know how to coach a little bit, y'all. Like really, he got a tutelage under Bud, so he kind of know what he doing a little bit.
That's fair.
But he's under Doc. He's under Doc. He's under Doc, so he can't supersede Doc, and that proved it right there. The game he coached, the spacing was right, the passing was right, the offense looked way smoother, and they was playing defense. Soon as Doc came back, everybody was running into each other. You know, Cam Thomas immediately got benched forever. You know what I mean? And it was back to the same old thing we've been seeing. So we don't even know if Darvin Ham. We probably would have had a way better season with Darvin Ham as a coach.
They rattling it off in the chat. Ham is a better coach than Doc. Ham is a better coach than Doc.
I mean, we saw. We was like, who was this Bucks team? We ain't
Right.
never seen them do this before. And then as soon as Doc came back, it was same old. Pick and roll with everybody running into each other. So
No Stray said Ham sits right next to Doc. How he better? Come on, bro. What? He don't have no control. He an assistant coach. We're saying when he was given the reins for them games, we did look a lot more fluid in what we were doing. We looked like we had some form of identity, and I completely agree. I'm not saying Ham is the answer, but I do think But I think we could have cut Doc a long time ago and moved on with Ham for a little bit, and I think we would have been better.
And we would have been able to at least see.
Yeah,
been able to at least see something because look, what is Ham's resume? Coaching the Lakers.
That's all that pressure.
LeBron James and still winning. he didn't really, a whole bunch of, superstars that didn't want to really do it, but he still had a winning season, still took to the Western Conference Champions, still beat Denver. You know what I mean? So my thing is like he don't really have a bad coaching resume. He just couldn't do it in LA.
Right,
Because LA
correct.
has a different type of, thing going on.
Right.
And that's it. He was an LA boy.
That I agree. Jay Lewis, I do agree with that. They look professional under that one game with Ham, and that's what you saying, Pronte. They
Yeah,
look like they.
they look like they were supposed to be in certain spots. They look like they were supposed to make a pick and roll, drive and kick. They look like they were supposed to be, and they was there. We need a high school.
It's crazy. Shout out to Janet. Shout out to Janet. He don't draw nothing on that clipboard. I've been to games real close, and I ain't never seen him pick up a Sharpie or nothing. He has the clipboard, but there's nothing on it. I might even have some pictures. There's nothing on that clipboard. I promise y'all, nothing when he got. That's him showing he's upset. It's more of a gesture than anything when he got the clipboard in his hand. It's
That's
blank.
why I'm saying, y'all need to be happy because I think Doc is leaving because he was happy this game. He was slapped. AJ Green made a mistake. He said, "Oh, it's all right, man." I said, "Oh yeah, he leaving. He retiring. He don't care at all. He in that retirement space where you like, yeah, man, whatever happened, I'm just enjoying my last days." And I'm like, cool, because that's what I want to see. I don't want to see you mad about nothing. I want to see you happy y'all losing. I want to see you like these are my last 10 games, and I go in the Hall of Fame and get
Yeah.
up out of here. Get up
up
out of here. Hey, get up out of here because we know John Horse ain't gonna do it. So I'm glad that you doing
Ronte,
it for
why you
yourself.
going snapping like this today? Go ahead, Ronte. You cooking, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, what you mean? This has been a poorly ran team since Doc came. Non-competitive, just mismanaged, unhealthy. Just listen to anybody, blowing with the wind. This has been a poor team since Doc came. And that's when Doc came, it went straight downhill. The
It made a
correlation is
beeline,
strong.
didn't it? It made a beeline, didn't it?
The correlation is strong. It went straight. It went. We went from 30-13 to 500 instantly.
Instantly. Doc don't even got a winning record with the Bucks, and he still has his job. Is insane. That's really insane. But I did hear, that I'm not saying this is right or wrong, but I did hear that it might be Wes Eden, that Doc has a very, very close relationship with one of the owners. And that's why he won't be let go, because the owner is his homie. You know what I'm saying? Which is why the owner actually superseded Horst and wanted Doc, because Doc is his personal friend. Which is why he also offered Doc that much money. He thought he was going to get his homie in here and win.
All right, I get that. Like, that makes sense. Because the owner don't know nothing about basketball. Neither do Doc. So I get it. So my thing is that John Horst had a chance to leave. He should have just left it.
Right.
He should have just left. You want to be a part of this? You know the team. If that's me, I know I'm going to get blamed for it. But these two guys, they Hall of Fame. This dude's a billionaire.
Right.
Now me, I'm not going to be able to get another job because I'm going to be known for tanking the Bucks. Why would I'm out of here. See, I'm in Detroit. You know what I mean? First flight. Please, I can't sign with y'all more.
That is true. That is true. I wonder why he didn't.
If I'm that guy, if I care. But he don't care either. They all one and the same. Him, Doc, and Wesley, they one and the same. So if that's the case, we can't believe that, because once you, I mean, if I'm thinking I'm good and they make a decision contrary to what I think is going to happen, and I got an opportunity to go somewhere else because they coveted me, and I can have some ownership of what I do, I'm leaving. Because I'm frustrated. I'm fed up. This team is trash. I know it's trash because I built it.
Right.
So my thing is like, I'm out of here. But nope. What we doing? What we doing here? We gonna stay, ride it out with the homies. And that's what he did. He good,
See what I'm
man.
saying?
Like,
Jeff co-signing it. Yeah, Wes Edens and Doc are good friends, and Edens is the one who overruled Horst on hiring Doc.
Whatever. I'm not buying none of it. I think Wes Edens and John Horst is good friends, and he don't mind Doc because he know he ain't gonna get fired.
Look at this
as long
right
as he does,
here. This man said K mid legs went, Brook got slower, Dame Achilles, Beasley started gambling, Doc is cursed.
Beasley been gambling.
Beasley been gambling.
I
Yo!
Beasley big gambler. Beasley big gambler.
I
Beasley
forgot all
shooting
about
dice
Beasley.
forever.
Ain't even in the league, I don't think, right
Beasley
now.
been shooting dice forever, so Beasley been gambling. So that's what he do.
Yeah, Pat Bev is wilding too. Pat Bev, I don't know what
Pat Bev crashing out.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, just on a separate note. I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna debate. This is just pure facts. Dwayne Wade is the third best shooting guard to ever touch a basketball. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna debate. Look at the tape. Look at the film. There's no way that I would ever take James Harden over Dwayne Wade in any circumstances. In any circumstances would I. The thing is, that's what's wrong with this culture today in society. Y'all worried about all the sizzle and no steak. James Harden has never won anything. And you're talking about one of the all-time clutch playoff players in Dwayne Wade. And for you to just dismiss him like that was crazy. I lost respect for Pat Bev for saying that. That was insane. That was insane.
Yeah, Pat Bev be just trying to say something because, first of all, Dwayne Wade is one of my favorite players,
bro.
And you can say, okay, he don't shoot 3-pointers, but who was stopping Dwayne Wade? And like nobody was like, oh, I can't wait to play Dwayne Wade. You know what I mean? Like he could play defense and offense easily.
Think about that. You're telling someone that someone is better than someone that's never been to a finals before. You don't even know what it feels like to be in the finals. Dwayne Wade knows what it feels like to be in the finals, and he was the bus driver. In year 3, he drove the bus and carried them cats to a title personally. How the hell are you going to say somebody like James Harden is even in the same breath as Dwayne Wade? That's what's so wrong with people watching basketball. They care about all the flash instead of the function.
Who's more clutch, Dwayne Wade or James Harden?
Dwayne Wade is not even close. Dwayne Wade, to me, is like in the top something of clutch players in the NBA history. I trust Dwayne Wade in clutch situations more than I trust LeBron and a lot of players. Like, I got D Wade up there.
Dwayne Wade ain't even a 3-point shooter, but you give him to him in the clutch.
Yeah, he gonna hit that.
He hit the 3-pointer. You better believe he knocking it down because he just was like that. He liked that.
Right, he is.
He was just like that. The only Dwayne Wade was cold.
And what he said, I heard his interview. He said, "Look what I did, and I came into the NBA injured." You remember his knees was already kind of shot, and he still came in, and he said, I still came in and was top 75. He's like, let that sink. And I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy.
I'm taking Dwayne Wade all day. He won with a aging Shaq. Shaq wasn't quite washed up,
right?
But he was aging, and he was cold. He was just LeBron doesn't win those championships without Dwayne Wade. Who was a better co-star than LeBron James and Dwayne Wade?
Some might argue Kyrie, but I still would say Wade. I would still say Wade.
Yeah, because Dwayne Wade could. I mean, they both had the same type of game, but Dwayne Wade could play defense.
Dwayne Wade was a dog, and he was nasty out there too. He'll elbow you. He was nasty out there, bro. He was nasty. I saw one of the greatest defensive plays I ever saw by a guard by Dwayne Wade in the finals. I know everyone talk about the block from behind, which is a coward play by LeBron making the block. If you remember in the Mavericks finals, Dwayne Wade, what was they center? They had the tall light-skinned cat, the 7-footer. They used to play for the Bulls. They used to play for the Mavericks. Anyway, he was a 7-footer. Tyson Chandler. He was coming down the lane to dunk 2 hands. Dwayne Wade jumped vertical and blocked a 7-footer trying to dunk 2 hands. Clean block. One of the greatest blocks I've ever seen. D Wade, all-around player, is one of my favorite, bro. Like I said, third best shooting guard ever. The 3 means a lot. The 3 means a lot.
I'm with the third best. Well, in my lifetime, I haven't seen a better but Kobe.
Bro.
he used to give Kobe run. He used to give Kobe some run. Like Kobe, you had to deal with Dwayne Wade, but it was Kobe. It was never James. If you had a James Harden and Dwayne Wade in their prime and they matched up, Dwayne Wade would cook James Harden
He cookie, bro.
all day, every time. I can guarantee it. Because first of all, there's no way James Harden can hold Dwayne Wade. No,
you remember that scales? That was crazy, bro. I'm gonna try to find that on YouTube and put that on there. That was more impressive than LeBron's block from behind to me. That was crazy. D Wade has some all-time plays. I know we talk about Buzz, but let's just have a little fun and talk about some other stuff right now. But I do think D Wade, that comment was crazy. Maybe it was clickbait or rage bait, but the way that the Pat Bev was so dismissive of Dwayne Wade, it made me feel away, bro. I'm like, you're a professional.
Pat Bev can never hold Dwayne Wade. Pat Bev, Dwayne Wade, you can't hold Dwayne Wade. I don't care what you do on defense. Ain't nothing you gonna stop Dwayne Wade because you ain't finna punk him.
Right. And he was strong.
Kobe arm in the All-Star game. So what we talking about? You ain't punking. He ain't scared of you. He like, what this?
Right. So what is he talking about? And that's why he was tight. He's like, you gonna talk, somebody gonna talk about me. It's not gonna be nobody on your level. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that. He's like, you ain't in the same room as me. I'm top 75. How you talking about me? Like, that is true. I think more of these players need to be checking some of these cats like that to keep it real.
Yeah.
They definitely need to be checking some of these cats because that was crazy. Pat Bev is what he was. He's a hard-nosed defender, and that's where it stops. That's where it stops.
I respect Pat Bev for that, but nowhere near Dwayne Wade level. Not even close. Couldn't even hold him. Can't even hold him. Because
some of these
everything
comments.
Pat Bev does doesn't affect Dwayne Wade at all. So it might affect James Harden, but it won't affect Dwayne Wade because he from Chicago. He tough. He ain't
right. And we're not obviously James Harden is a top 75 player all time, great. But he is not a player that I would trust in any type of big time game or situation. I just can't trust him. And if that's the case, you can't be the top of anything on my list if I can't trust you in the clutch. Period.
If James Harden was Dwayne Wade, he would already win a ring better than Dwayne. He'd already win a ring when he had them Rockets team. Cause I don't care if KD went down, who went down was that? Not KD went down. Who the Rockets play? Was it? Didn't KD go down in that series?
Yep.
And then Chris Paul went down.
Yep, something like that. Yep.
In that Rocket series, if that was Dwayne Wade, they would have won that.
I agree. Right now. I agree. One of those Rockets teams would have won a title if you take him out and put in Wade. I do think one of them Rockets win the title. One of them teams win a title. I do agree with that. I do agree.
But yeah, so Pat Bev, I'm a Amara. You're gonna hate this, but I'm gonna tell you who's gonna win the finals.
Who?
It's the Lakers.
It's possible.
Your boy LeBron will walk off with a ring. And
it's possible, but you know what? You know what's gonna stop him? You know what's gonna stop him?
What?
The Spurs. They not beating the Spurs, bro. They not beating the Spurs, and they not. Beating OKC.
Luka's different though, man. Like
I know, I agree. And even if they win, that means LeBron got carried to a championship by somebody. Mike never got carried. It ain't gonna
never matter. You know it ain't gonna matter.
Oh, I'm gonna make it matter. I'm gonna make it matter. But it won't even matter because the Lakers will not win a championship. It is not his destiny to win another championship. You can book it. I'm telling you, the Lakers will not win a championship. It's either going to be OKC or the Spurs. And if they play either one of those teams, that series goes no more than 6 games. I'm telling you. LeBron is too old. Luka don't play defense. If you're going to beat OKC or you're going to beat the Spurs in a series, you're going to have to play defense. The Lakers do not play defense. They will wilt under the pressure. They will choke, and they will go home. They will make it to the Western Conference Finals. I'm telling you that right now. The Lakers will not make it to the Western Conference Finals. I'm telling y'all before the playoffs start. I want y'all to record this information and book it. I'm telling you. The Lakers is not winning no championship. Bro. I just don't see that. It can't just be LeBron and Luka and a little bit of Austin Reeves is enough. The pressure that you get from the guards, from OKC, and from the Spurs is relentless. and then Wembanyama there. Oh man, Lakers ain't beating them teams, bro. They styling on these other teams. They not beating on them. They not beating on them, bro. They just not. OKC done already dog walked them, and they better be careful because Denver could beat them too. Let Jamal Murray get hot. I'm telling y'all, the Lakers think it's sweet. They gonna come in and get cooked. I'm telling you. All right. I'm telling y'all now, Lakers will not win the championship. And when they get put out, I'll do a special live styling on their carcass because they are not going to the finals.
I'm gonna tell you right now. It's Lakers and Boston in the finals.
Nah.
It's another Lakers and Boston finals. I can see it coming from a mile away. This is the NBA. That's the most marketable finals matchup the NBA can have.
But why wouldn't you? But see, I like what you're saying. For marketing, you're gonna want the new face of the NBA there. You're gonna want your MVP there. That would be Wemby. Wemby gonna be
only what, 24?
Somewhere in there.
Yeah,
somewhere in there.
Luka's new enough. Trust me, Wemby can get it next year. That'd be perfectly fine with that.
Nah.
And just think about the story. LeBron going out in the last finals.
Yep.
It's gonna blow up the ratings.
I just want to say this. Check this out though. The Spurs are 57-18 right now. Oklahoma City is 60-16. The Lakers are 49-26. Denver is 48-28. Minnesota's 46-29. The Rockets are 46-29. It's not as sweet as you think. They could have trouble with any of them top six teams could get them up out of here. They all the same. Look at the records.
No, all the same. No, I'm not saying it's sweet. But this is a business, man. The Lakers and Boston in the finals. Can see it.
We gonna see. This is a good conversation. I like this.
You got Jason Tatum coming back off of injury. You know, that's a story. We talking about storylines, right? You got LeBron retiring last year. They gonna even put Bronny on the squad just to make it a little special. And
right.
Then you got Luka ascending and become a championship.
That's all right. They got Lou Dort for him. Lou Dort to get them together. Lou Dort gonna get Luka together. Don't even worry about that.
Nobody gets Luka together. You know that. No,
but you must not have seen Lou Dort highlights. You must not know how Lou Dort give it up. You need to watch his highlights. You need to see how Lou Dort give it up.
Look at Lou Dort. Look at Lou Dort 60. You already know. Luka is not going to be bothered. They better put Lou Dort on LeBron James if they smart. No way, bro. We ain't going to do nothing with Luka. Luka's going to get motivated. In the playoffs, Luka go crazy.
It's not his destiny, Pickle Luke. The frequency isn't right in the world for the Lakers to go to the finals. I'm telling you, the energy ain't there. It's not there. That's why I'm so confident. I know that man ain't supposed to win another. Some people, no matter what position you put him in, they're going to fail. LeBron James is meant to fail. There's no way you can stack the deck that many times and expect to win. He's going to crash out. His legacy will be tainted. You're playing with this great player for 2 years. Y'all couldn't win nothing. And I'm going to be here to spit on you when you're on the ground, LeBron, because you try to stack the deck to win. That's the only way you're effective is stacking the deck and then shifting the blame. That's all. We will not allow you. The universe will not allow you to ride the coattails of Luka Doncic to a championship. The universe won't allow it. That's what I'm telling you, guaranteed. You can't live like that and do stuff like that and think it's going to come out the right way. That ain't how life works. Nah, they not winning no title, I'm guaranteed. You can say Boston going to the finals. That's cool. Lakers have no chance. Zero. Watch what I tell you. Zero. You can't not play defense and come out the West. They don't play no defense. They play zero defense. How?
They got playoff performers though.
Yeah, they do.
So that's different. Regular season don't mean nothing to them guys. You know that.
Yeah.
You know, we used to be that team. You know, we used to try to be that team. But you know, for most players, regular season when you been there, regular season you just trying to get to it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I think they got players that perform better in the playoffs. They ain't scared of the moment. That's the dangerous thing about the Lakers. They gonna know what to do when the time comes, and that's the advantage. But they do have a gauntlet in the West,
right?
But it's Luka's time. I bet you it's Luka's time. It's a passing of the torch.
He already
It's
had his
Luka.
time. He already went to the finals.
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
No,
he did.
no.
They went with Kyrie with Dallas.
How old is Luka? How old is Luka?
I don't know.
25?
Something like
When
that.
did Giannis win his first ring?
What, 26, 27, somewhere in there? Or 26 maybe ish.
Yeah, this is the time. This is Luka's time. I'm telling you, Luka been flying under the radar. He went to the Lakers for a reason. That was what, last year?
Mm-hmm.
This is what they wanted. This is what the setup was for.
The energy
He's
in
top,
the world. The energy in the world.
top
Ain't
five,
right.
y'all. He's the if he win, if he win this finals, not him, Luke. Even if it's off Luka back.
Luka 27.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's his time. You know how the NBA work. That's like the golden age.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, damn.
That's like the golden age for a championship. You know that's how that worked. Like I think this Luka, he started to pick up this team. He finally ain't injured. You know, he playing his best ball at the right part of the season, and he 27. It is kind of how the NBA kind of roll.
Yeah, we gonna revisit this, Pronte.
We
But
gonna
revisit this.
We gonna visit, but you know what I'm saying, right? Because Giannis, how old is Giannis?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I'm on a whole different kind of level on frequencies and energy.
I know what you're saying.
You know where I'm coming from. Hey, I've been going down a different type of rabbit hole, bro. A different type of rabbit hole. But I see you picking up what I put down. Shout out to the homie, Pronte. Shout out to Pronte.
You saying you don't think it's LeBron, but it's the pass of the torch. It's the story.
Yeah, no, I agree. I can see it. I can definitely see it.
Luka, the Brown and Luka.
Yeah, I can see it. They gonna go out in the
think
sun.
about Luka rookie year.
Yeah.
And how he was damaging, how great it was.
You know what I would love though? What would be great? It could happen. Let's say the Lakers do go to the finals and they play. Even if they play Boston, let Boston win, but they lose in a dramatic fashion, like the Stockton Malone play, like where Malone got the ball stolen and they came down and Jordan came down and won the game. I would love for LeBron to have the ball where Karl Malone had the ball and Derek White come steal the ball in the last seconds of the game, come down the court and win, and then have all that blame. Have all that blame to tarnish his legacy. And I will go live for 4 hours for 3 days in a row, just bombing. That's what I want to happen. I'm speaking it to existence. If they go to the final, that's what I want.
LeBron gonna hit the game-winning shot in the finals. And Luka gonna be Finals MVP.
How you gonna hit the game-winning shot when he don't take them type of shots? He gonna pass the ball.
That's the story. That's what's gonna happen. Luka they gonna have to stop Luka, and LeBron just gonna do because he got a 3-pointer now. Luka's just gonna pass LeBron. LeBron gonna knock it down. And they gonna be talking about that for the next 10 years. you gonna burn you. You gonna hate it.
We gonna see what happens.
They're gonna say LeBron is the GOAT, greatest player of all time. And you know that's what they're gonna say.
Yeah, that's why it can't happen. That's exactly why it can't happen. That's why it can't happen. That's what I'm telling you, because of what Jordan has done and the energy he's put out in this world and his accomplishments. There's no way that can be superseded by someone that's built from the ilk of LeBron James. You can't supersede something like that. It's not, the world don't work like that. I'm telling you. Watch what I tell you. Watch these cats get cooked, and you're gonna be like, damn, what happened? I'm like,
nah, because Luka reminds me.
You fly close to the sun, you get burnt. You fly close to the sun.
Luka reminds me of the Kyrie Irving, the Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, I agree.
Around winner title.
Yeah.
He reminds me of those type of players. So LeBron has no problem passing him the ball and letting him do his cut.
Yeah.
He has no problem and then fitting in. So it's possible because Luka gonna be killing. Because I can tell Luka is in a different mode right now and he can see it. But you're right. Wemby is a dog. I wouldn't go against Wemby. Like I can't bet against Wemby because Wemby is different.
Different, like, bro. He different, bro.
He like LeBron, but better. But he's just that dude at the end that's hard to beat. That's gonna be Wemby. You gonna have to beat dude. Dude got 8 arms. He got he beating you.
He's
That's
the
how
final boss. Wemby the final
he's the
boss.
final boss.
Come on,
That
Wemby
dude
the
big,
final boss.
my dude 7'4", he can block any shot. What you gonna do with that? And
Shoot
three-pointers?
threes, step backs, Euro stepping, doing everything. It's gonna be very interesting. But we gotta spin the block tomorrow, y'all. Hopefully for another win. No, appreciate you tapping in, Bronte. Hopefully you can make it tomorrow as well. Let me just double check who we play tomorrow. Let me double check. Hold on one second. Yep, we back to back. Hold on 1 second. Let me check. I see my camera messed up. Just give me a second, y'all. We play the Rockets, bro.
Oof.
Right, exactly. We play the Rockets, so we gonna see what that do. Hold on a second.
Who playing though? Who playing? Like everybody gonna play? They gonna.
Well, the Rockets is playing for playoff position, so I think they gonna play, bro. We're gonna see what happens. Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Game to watch, bro. KD playing? KD? They rested KD, right?
I don't know if they can. We gonna see what happens.
We in Milwaukee?
No, we in Detroit. In Houston.
We in Houston, so they gonna go out and party tonight. Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
It's gonna be a good game. The Bucks gonna compete hard.
Yeah, that's it. There we go. Positive vibes. Positive vibes. Not even. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna bring it up and then bring it up on the screen here. Hold on 1 second, Bronte. Then we'll get up out of here. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. Damn, look at all that red on this screen. It look like a bad test. Look at this. God damn. These cats love when losing multiple games in a row. 4 in a row W, 4 in a row W, 2 in a row W, 4 in a row W. That's crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 games left.
Well, we might win the last 3.
Yeah, no, we ain't beating Detroit.
Oh, they might just sit their players.
Oh, that's true. Okay. Yeah,
that's ready for the playoffs.
Okay.
The Bucks don't know how to tank quite. They don't know how to tank quite good, and they don't know how to win. So they just kind of in this little middle part where they don't know how to do.
What is Bronte doing today?
You know what I mean? Is you gonna tank or not? Because the team we just played, they for sure tanking. Like they didn't even try to win that game. They made sure they lost. They made sure they lost, didn't they? Dallas made sure they lost that game. But they like, we can't let the Bucks. We can't win against the Bucks. We might have to. Right, Jesus Christ. Like I said, y'all made the Bucks look good. It's crazy.
Right, bro. Multiple people in double figures. Like, yeah, that was crazy. I want to enjoy this win for the next few hours, and we gonna take it right there. All right, Bronte, appreciate you.
Right, man,
if you can spin the block tomorrow, appreciate you, bro.
Yep.
All right, go. Salute to Bronte. Bronte was in here getting active today. Get the likes up. All right, y'all. We gonna get up out of here. Appreciate y'all sticking with us so late. We almost pushing 2 hours here. I thought it was a lot of good dialogue, Bucks, a little alternative sports content as well. So appreciate y'all tapping in. Please hit the like button before y'all get up out of here. I know a lot of people haven't been tapping in as they used to just because, it's demotivating watching your team get their head beat in. So I appreciate y'all that are sticking with the team, still coming on live, still participate, and pushing for this team to be better. So I want you to know it's peace and love. As my boy Gibson would say to all y'all, please comment, like, subscribe, and share the electrifying content. We are the best community on YouTube, and we are the Bucks podcast that moves the needle around here. Real talk. So I'm going to get up out of here. Y'all have a good night. I'm Amber. This is Amber's Logic, Milwaukee Bucks Trades, Rumors, and News live edition where we just got to discussing the Bucks blowout win for once against the Dallas Mavericks. And tomorrow that the Bucks will be in Houston to play the Rockets, and we'll be going live after that game as well. Let's see what happens, y'all. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Go.